And Gilbert Buchanan, you're a small business paramedic. And today, our second guest in the studio, Crystal,
is another great lady, and her name is Miss Annette Limon, and she's a performer. She sings, she writes music, she produces.
So maybe we can perform something today on
I know,
on the cameras.
Get her to sing for us. But now. I didn't know her in this capacity. I only know her because she is who we work with, our resides.
Contract provider
with Mount Sac, where I do the teaching, the QuickBooks, and the accounting and bookkeeping class.
Yes.
So this is another side to her. So she has been performing in several places all over Los Angeles. It's called Prophecy. Is that the name of your group? And she does Christian music, right? Yes. So welcome, Annette, and wow, tell us about this other side of you.
Okay, well, I've started writing, since the early 2000s. My daughter that I mentioned, my 10-year-old daughter, she's helped me write some songs.
Okay.
So the slogan is providing a positive sound to transform society. So being the humanitarian that I am at heart, I decided to go the Christian route to just not even sell the music, because I barely started a publishing and distribution deal with Bentley Records this past August. So it was just to lift spirits and to transform lives.
Have you always sung? Is this something you did as a child, or?
I performed as a child, not sung, but songwrited and performed, dance, but not sang. No, so I never had any professional lessons.
Okay, so one day in 2000 you decided you wanted to sing, huh?
She got moved by the Spirit and said, you better sing.
No, but did you sing in church or?
Yes. Okay.
I
actually sung, and it was really heart-throbbing because when Billy Graham just passed away, his last tour here at the Pasadena Rose Bowl, I sang in his choir.
Very good.
So when he did pass away, I thought wow, 99 years old, and I mean, he was an extraordinary speaker.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so I felt really blessed to be in his choir, the last performance here at the Rose Bowl.
Oh, fantastic. So you go from different locations around the city and perform.
Yes, I performed at the Viper Room, Silver Lake, and our show is this Friday at the Lexington Bar.
Okay.
And that's on 3rd Street in Los Angeles. And the performances that my kids are able to perform with me at are like Pomona Beautification Day or nonprofits, churches, because my son, the 12-year-old Dylan, he plays bongos, and my daughter sings.
Okay.
And I've given her professional lessons. So
okay.
And she songwrites as well.
She songwrites. So this is where the real passion is.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes. And just the comments that I've gotten back from people and how they feel when they listen to the music is inspiring. And it just keeps me going to continue to write.
Okay. And so these are published music? This is published music?
Yes, everything's copywritten.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. And so the producing part, I purchase my beats, or me and my cousin, we just start from scratch, because I actually went to Los Angeles Recording Workshop. So after I got my associate's degree in merchandise marketing from the Fashion Institute of Design and Merchandising, I went on to University of Laverne to get my bachelor's degree in business. And then I went towards my passion, and that's when I went to Los Angeles Recording Workshop for the engineering piece.
Okay.
So, and definitely producing is a man's world. I was in a classroom of 50 people and the only female.
Wow.
And they told me, then one of the instructors there mentioned, why don't you just go to cosmetology school?
Well, what?
That's always the thing.
And I looked at him, and I said, putting on my lotion, I don't want to go to cosmetology school.
Well, how did he get caught? That's a big leap. From there, from music to producing to cosmetology. What did that have to do? One had to do with the other.
Well,
because you're a female.
He was trying to push me out of class. So I continued to put my fragrance, Bath and Body Works lotion on. I said, no, I'm going to continue here.
Exactly.
Wow. Yeah, it is.
Because
it is
producing is a man's world.
I'm sure when you graduated, he probably didn't know what to say, huh? He's going,
actually, he's my friend on LinkedIn. We're actually friends now.
Okay. Well, that's because you stood up to him.
Unbelievable.
Wow, that is unbelievable. Really?
Yeah.
dude.
I know you and I have a lot in common. Singer, songwriter, performer.
We need to do a collaboration.
I know.
Now, did you know?
I did know when I heard the song. I recognized the intro song was Gilbert's
Oh,
voice.
you recognize
Therefore,
it.
I mentioned to him, I said, we need to do a collaboration because I did win an award.
Yes.
Get Love, the song Get Love, under Christian reggae.
Oh,
And
really?
I didn't even submit it under Christian reggae. They gave me an award for that song Get Love under Christian
I'm ready.
reggae.
I'm ready. Let's do it.
Yeah,
Let's
so
do
you
it.
know that's what he did in Jamaica, right? Yeah, he was a recording artist in Jamaica. So,
in my other life.
in his other life. And I didn't know this. And then we were here, and he says, "Oh, I got this little jingle for our entry." I went, "Okay." And then he says, "And now you have to insert." I don't sing. What are you talking? But then we found out. But then he since have gone back and re-recorded the song. And so when he's driving, coming down the back alley and coming to the driveway, it's bumping.
You can hear it. That's my theme song. Into the Roof.
Well, you know, there's a lot of money in jingles.
I know. So you and I together, we're gonna make this thing happen.
You guys got to do some collaboration.
Yeah, I'm serious.
So did you know he has? I mean, he has albums that he's produced in Jamaica.
Yeah, I
He's
have a lot
called
of
Billy
other songs up
Buchanan.
there. Yeah.
We had a little sidebar conversation. I'm like, remember Snoop Dogg went to Jamaica? And now he's actually doing Christian music.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I mean, not that I'll ever veer to secular music, but, you know, I just like to lift people's spirits.
Okay.
And I like them to feel good about themselves after hearing music. And I think that's what music is it's a therapy.
Yeah.
Right, it is.
I mean, it's definitely therapy, and everybody goes through things. And when I'm writing a song, I mean, things that I've gone through, and it's helped me get through things, and will continue.
Right, exactly. Well, you know, with the
continue.
country western, most of those songs are written from personal experiences that they've gone through. That's how they create their song.
That's
and
true.
reggae is a little bit like that as
It
well,
is.
especially
It is.
the revolutionary songs.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
Bob Marley type, the Peter Tosh, and a lot of Dennis Brown and a lot of artists.
Yeah.
They do the revolutionary, the message music.
Yeah.
That's what they call it, message music.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. And the most recent song, Reach Out to You, that I was very fortunate to have DJ Looney Tunes, the Grammy Award-winning producer for Rihanna.
Oh, okay.
He did the music for me.
All right.
And that song is about ending racism.
Really?
I collaborated
Really?
with a friend.
I want to hear that song.
We can play it.
Maybe I can give you a little.
What's it called?
Thing
Can
on
you
it.
find it on
It's-
YouTube,
You
Laurent?
can find it. It's on SoundCloud and Reverb Nation,
Oh, really now?
and it's called Reach Out to You.
Oh, man. We're going to have to check this thing out.
Okay.
Let me know when you find it, okay? So we can pop it up there. And
That's really pretty cool.
Yeah.
So, but you were songwriting when you were young, but you just then decided that it was not. Does everybody in the family sing? Your mom?
Actually, my
your-
older sister does sing, and my younger sister does sing as well as play piano.
Okay.
And so I also play the Native American flute as well.
oh, that's cool. That is
You
cool.
You never know who
I know.
the people other side
That's
is.
what
right?
I'm talking about.
Your other
See, she
side.
didn't know my other side either.
Yeah, I
so.
didn't know. Definitely didn't know either one of your other sides. So what's the future? What would you like to have happen with your music?
So when I was approached by Bentley Records to start distributing and publishing the music a year ago, I thought, almost a year ago, it'll be a year in August, I thought, do I really want to sell it, or do I want to continue to give my music away for free? Mm-hmm. But I thought, you know what, I've put a lot of money into this, and so I'm going to keep on writing, keep on producing more music, and I will definitely, continue to sell and continue to perform and get my kids involved more.
Yeah,
as well.
great way to get them to college, right? Because they can go to school on.
Exactly.
Did you find it, Laurent?
Yeah, that's it.
That's it?
Yeah, so the intro is DJ Looney Tunes, yes.
Okay.
Yes, that's it.
Let's listen to it for about a minute and a half, and
Can I reach out to you?
Can I reach out to you?
Can we come together?
Can we come together?
How can the
something in the breeze that chilled me to my bones and brought me to my knees. There must be something else here with me that took away my pain and set me free. When I'm lost, you're still with me. When I'm down and out, you're still with me. When I'm afraid, you're still with me. But I have faith that you're still with me.
In the racism now.
In the racism now.
Let's show people love and mercy. Let's all come together.
Very
was
nice.
good.
Good
That was
song.
good.
Good song.
Thank you.
So you want to become commercial with it?
Yes, I think that's how you can touch more people's lives.
Yes.
So the more international I go, and that's why I decided to go with Bentley Records, because they're a New York-based company, and they're international. A lot of their artists perform like in Dubai
Oh, okay.
and more in Europe.
Really?
So I think that it's time to reach people on an international level.
I think it has
stop.
to be at an international level.
To stop and end racism
Yeah.
and just end what's going on in society and the people's mindsets. You know, if it's not religion, you know, it has to be a positive direction.
Right, exactly. Because even with religion as it is today, it's been taken out of context. Because when we look at what's going on in the world today, you know, I grew up in the church, and you know, you're supposed to know right from wrong, and the Bible says you love one another, and it doesn't matter who you are, what color, or whatever. But that's not what we're dealing with now. So I think it has to be other messages that get the message out, so that we can find that place of love.
I got
Absolutely.
the perfect song for you and I to sing.
Okay, great.
It's called Love and Hate.
Great.
So did you write that one?
Oh, yeah. It goes like this. It says, love and hate can never be friends. Da 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 da.
I like it.
Joy and pain can never be the same, yeah.
I like it.
Live together though you're black or white. Crime and violence never make things right. Unification brings a positive change, yeah.
Oh, that's it. That's
You and
it. I like
Nice.
it. I can already
Every
hear
day,
the
but that's
instruments. I can hear the guitar, acoustic.
So that's the next hit for us.
Okay, I love
We're going
it.
to take
Love
this
and
to
hate.
Bentley Records and we're going to make some money.
Yeah,
Okay.
when he went back in to redo the song, he was like, okay, I think I'm back.
I'm ready to go.
I'm ready to go.
He felt it. He felt it. But yeah, you're absolutely right. But people don't trust our government right now.
Oh,
They
no.
don't trust our politicians. So the way to touch people on a worldwide spectrum is through music.
Yeah, I think so. And then music, that's what it does for you, right? And that's the one element that brings everyone together. It
Yes.
doesn't, because you will sing.
No color line
No, it has
through
no
music.
color line. Music, it has no color line. It has no
Yeah.
language lines. It is
Absolutely.
what it is.
Absolutely.
Right
I
now,
love country music as
Yeah.
well too. So I was actually thinking of a country song recently. I was like, maybe because country is really close to Christian music
Yeah, it is.
too.
Yeah.
Talking about love and
well, that's all of it. The blues,
Yeah.
all of that kind of came out of the
Yes,
same genre.
reggae.
Right? Reggae, yeah. And
instead of talking about shooting people and females with their butts and you
Yeah.
know,
exactly.
You know what's amazing? Bob Marley has a lot of songs that in Africa, they're like anthem. And one of them is War, and another one is like Love Jah or something like that.
Oh,
amazing. Those Africans know every word. They don't speak English, but they know every word of Bob Marley's song. Every word.
And this is how interesting it is with music. I watch a lot of international movies and so forth, and the Indian movies, and it's all about the music, right? And so every now and then when you're on Facebook, you see there are certain dances that and we're talking out in, they don't have television, so they don't know what American, they don't see American children dancing, but when you look at their dance moves, those are the same moves that the young people are, and we're talking babies, that they do today, so that's the international. Music and dance is a very international, and I think everybody connects on that level.
I agree, and so there shouldn't be any fighting.
Shouldn't be at all.
Shouldn't be any shootings. I mean, when you're
exactly.
at a concert, there's no nonsense.
No,
there
none
shouldn't
of that
be
stuff.
any of that.
It shouldn't be ever. You should never feel like you're in danger when you go to, because that's entertainment,
That's
and
true.
that's the way it should be, and it's supposed to be in a good place.
That's true.
Yeah.
Now let's talk about the business side of what you're doing. So you're putting together music, you're making beautiful music and all of that. How is the business side? You got everything all set up. You got your business license. You got your fictitious business name. You got all of that going.
Yes. So everything is under Prophecy.
Okay.
So as you see, like I have the Reverb Nation page, and you can purchase all my music on iTunes, Spotify. I copyright everything because, as I mentioned, I purchased the beats, so I get to copyright everything, the songwriting piece.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
So when you purchase it, then you get to do that with
yes,
it.
or creating it from scratch. You get to copyright everything.
That's cool.
So you're the singer, songwriter, and the producer.
That's cool.
Okay.
So.
And then your children, they're featured in the music as well.
Yes.
So,
Yes. And they do like performing. And like I mentioned, my daughter, she helps me with the songwriting piece.
Okay.
So she helped me with a song called Peace on Earth because I wanted to say something. She goes, "Do you want a war or do you want to stop a war, Mom?" And I said, "You're absolutely right. I want peace on Earth. I want to stop a war. I don't want to cause a war or have people fighting more than they already are."
Right.
So she's very instrumental in songwriting.
That's good.
Okay,
She keeps you in check.
She does. She keeps me
Is
in
that
check.
what she would like to do when she, her future occupation?
Yes. I think that the singing and songwriting piece and her being an artist because she likes to draw a lot and paint, so she features her paintings in her room.
Oh, good.
Okay,
I think
she's
just
very creative then.
Yes, very creative. I think all around that's her gift.
Sound like you guys have a little empire building there.
Yeah.
You're building a little empire.
Yes, and it's funny that you mentioned that, and that it's Women's Appreciation Month, because when I was in my 20s, I got approached by Virgin Records to work with them as their artist. But I said, well, then, I mean, what is it going to be? Are you going to put me in some little shorts and dye my hair blonde? I'm like, I mean, can I still be Christian music? And of course not.
Right.
Of course not.
It
They
wasn't that,
said,
right?
you got to look at us as a bank. We front you the money, and then when you get established, then you can do what you want to do.
Right.
But
So-
I didn't take the opportunity because, I mean, if you dye my hair blonde and put me in some little shorts, then I go back to Christian music. How hypocritical would that have been?
Right, exactly.
So, going into being a producer as a female is very, very difficult. I think Missy Elliott's the only one that's even
So,
been
but now
successful at it.
on the gospel side, there are a lot of women, a lot of Christian artists that they've made a major
Impact.
and living off of singing Christian music.
Like
Kirk
Yes.
Franklin,
Like Mary.
Mary Marys. They're one of my favorites.
Yeah, so that's and even now on the contemporary side,
And that family, what are they called again? They're like 15 of them. The Wine-Ins.
The Winans,
Yeah.
the Winans, yeah.
Yeah.
they've become, they've created a whole industry,
Yeah.
a gospel industry,
Yeah.
Yes.
where it wasn't there before.
Yeah, it wasn't.
You're right.
It
You're
wasn't,
right. And
yeah.
then that new movie that just was released, I Can Only Imagine, by Mercy Me. So
Yeah.
it's his whole autobiography of why he wrote that song.
Right.
And that's when you're writing songs, it's real life stories, things that have happened to you, and how you overcame adversities.
Right, exactly.
So
Well,
you
that's
can
usually
hear
what
that
it
in the music,
Right, exactly.
And through me and my songs, it's always been leaning towards God.
Yeah.
That's haven't let me down, because people will let you down all day long.
Yeah, that they will. Yeah, but I think, and even in the contemporary Christian music, there's a space. They've created a genre that is, can be kind of lucrative for those that are in that industry.
Yes.
Yeah, I guess it's just whoever is producing or the music and those individuals that do that.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I'm so excited that you've
Thank you.
you've gotten the accolades and the recognition that you have in your in your music with these labels and these different companies. That's great. I was at one of her first concerts that she went to.
Yes, that was off of Sunset, I believe. You were at Bordner's.
Yeah.
So you had attended one of my
Yeah,
concerts.
so I saw her perform.
Oh, okay.
And there was a variety of artists there, some rappers.
Yes,
And,
yes. And so the same will be this upcoming
Oh, okay.
Friday on the 30th at the Lexington.
Yeah.
So we did sell at the show,
Yeah.
but they said they may have tickets at the door. So please still do come.
Yeah.
Okay.
Please do come.
Let the audience
Lexington-
know how they can get a hold of tickets and how they can get a hold of
Okay.
you.
Okay, you can get a hold of me at Annette Limon. So if you can call me directly at 909-532-6771, or you can email me at Annette_Limon@yahoo.com. Or you can like me on Facebook, Annette Limon, or Prophecy, my private page, PROPHET, so it's Prophet, CY. Like my page, you can like me on Instagram, Annette Limon. And directly just contact me and ask me any questions that you may have, because I know there's a lot of up-and-coming artists that may be interested in collaborating, and I'm open to collaborating.
Now, do you write music for other groups as well?
I haven't.
Okay.
No, usually when we collaborate, like me and Gilbert we'll write the music together, so we get to be on the copyright together.
Okay. Alrighty.
And so, no, I don't write for other people. I haven't gone that route. I'm not saying I'm opposed to it. I would write for other people.
Right.
But, I do enjoy collaborations, because when you put more than two people together, I mean,
Oh, it's powerful.
something great comes out of it.
Exactly.
Something great.
Now, the publishing, do you own the publishing on all your songs?
No. Well, I do own the publishing, except for the ones that I submit to Bentley Records.
Also, they own that?
Well, the contract is only a year, so the contract will be up in August.
Oh,
That's
man, that means they're going to make all that money on that for a year. That's them. They're going to earn. They're going to
It's only the songs I submit, and we have an 80-20 cut.
Who
So
gets
it's-
80?
I get 80.
Oh,
So it's an
okay.
80-20 cut.
From this point forward, I want you to be responsible for your publishing for all your songs, because that's where a lot of artists, I've been in this for over 30 years, okay?
Yes.
And a lot of my songs gets ripped off. A lot of my songs. There's a lot of songs I have out there right now that's playing that I haven't got a penny for, okay?
Oh, because you didn't copyright them?
I didn't copyright some of them, and I didn't publish some of them.
Oh, okay.
So the publishing is the biggest piece of the pie. And a lot of us artists, we don't know that. We thought owning it or recording it or being the producer is where it's at, the publishing. Because with the publishing, you can sing it, I can sing it, another person can sing it, and every person who sings it, you get a piece of that pie. You see what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's why I've been careful too. I've only released 3 songs through them out
Yeah.
of my songs.
Yeah.
So I released Peace on Earth, Para Todos, and Reach Out to You.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, they go through BMI as well. So I'm a part of BMI.
Because, see, they're
so,
international, so they're selling it in places you don't even know.
Europe.
And they're making money on that publishing.
Europe.
You see what I'm saying? So, moving forward, you want to own the publishing rights. I was watching a video with Dr. Dre
Oh, okay.
and Snoop. They call it the 80s, no, they call it the disruptors. They were disruptive when they're coming up.
They were.
And that's how they made their money. Well, at first they didn't make any money because the producers and the managers, they own the publishing rights to their music.
Yeah.
So they couldn't do anything
In the beginning.
in the beginning.
So that-
But now they're owning all their publishing rights. So that's where the money is. Someone does a commercial with your song and they own the publishing, you don't get a cent from that.
Remember, that was what Straight Outta Compton was about.
Yeah, exactly.
Was because Ice Cube.
Ice Cube, yeah.
He didn't get. He's like, wait a minute, where are our money?
Exactly.
Right? But after they finished with all the touring and all
Right.
that, there was nothing left over for them. And he's like, wait a minute.
Right.
And but they were giving Eazy-E.
Yeah.
his money.
Yeah.
He had worked a little side deal on his.
And
he
the others in the group, they weren't
getting any money.
That reminds me of TLC, how they went bankrupt.
Yes.
That's why a lot of them. Remember when Tony Braxton went bankrupt?
Yeah.
And you're thinking, wait a minute, she's performing everywhere. But I think Gilbert's absolutely right.
Exactly.
I mean, you're so generally in that industry or anything that's artistic, right?
Yes.
You're so happy that someone is allowing you to perform, and you forget or you don't even know the business side.
That's right.
But those that take advantage, there are a lot of rappers and a lot of individuals out there that should probably be richer than they are.
Oh, yeah.
But not bankrupt.
But they are bankrupt, and that's the reason why.
Just remember, your publishing lives forever. Because that song is going to be there and everywhere it plays, you get when they play it on the radio, they do a commercial with it, someone uses it in a show production, you get a cut for that. But if it's not published by you, whomever controls it, and most of the studios and the producers, that's the first thing they try to do is own the publishing because they know that's where the money is. You see what I mean? Prince had a problem too with his label because they own his publishing, and he's going, no, not anymore. And that's why he changed his name from Prince to the sign.
Yeah, to the symbol.
Yeah, so he can get his publishing right. So everything he did under that symbol, the publishing went to him.
Well, and that actually is some of the drama behind his death, right?
Yeah.
Because he had just purchased he got all his music back from Sony.
Yes, he got his publishing rights.
He got his publishing rights back from Sony. And then, of course, he died. And then somehow or another, he died in probate. Yeah. Right? Which doesn't even make sense to me because he was a very smart man.
Oh, yeah.
But then recently, his family member sold the rights back to Sony.
What?
Yeah, they got it back.
That is crazy.
And that's the same thing with Michael. Remember that fight with the Beatles and so forth?
Yes.
And so he's right. The publishing is where the money is.
See, you are in a better position right now than I have been because you're on a big label. You're associated with the BMIs and the Bentleys. I wasn't associated with any of those big guys. I was with those little fly-by-night labels. You see what I mean? But they still got my
they
songs.
Got a hold of your songs.
Yeah. There's a song right now that's playing on YouTube that I haven't seen a cent for.
Oh, and it's yours?
Yeah, it's mine. I sung the song. It's mine. I wrote the lyrics and everything. That's the one that's called Minomix. That's the one. If you go to YouTube right now and type Minomix with Gilly Buchanan, you see it right there. And those guys are making a killing. So I got to figure out a way how to get back claim the rights on that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
I understand.
So there's a lot to be made by us right there. I got a lot of songs that we can make some money on.
And you've learned a lesson. And that's it. The business side is the side of, I don't care what we're doing, whether you're artistic or whether it's what I do, but being able to protect what's yours, but understanding not just your piece of it, but the full piece of the business that you're in.
Yeah. You're right. You're right.
Right? Because that's where you look around and you go, it's the producers and the people behind the scenes that make all the money.
Oh, yeah.
But because didn't you ask yourself, how could you be doing all those tours and everything and at the same time be filing bankruptcy?
Exactly.
I was shocked. You see stories every day. You see them all the time. We're like, really? TLC? And there's just segments where they're annually making $30,000.
Yeah.
As an artist, annually making $30,000. Well, why quit your day job?
Right.
I lived in Panama for a year, and while I was there, I was doing my music, and I was trying to get it, released and published and all of that. There are 4 major labels in Panama. Okay, I think one of them is called Padisco. The other one is Sonomundo. The other 2 I don't remember. Right. So I went to Sonomundo. They love my song. They love my style. But they didn't want to give me the credit that I deserve. They want to give me 12% for everything, even though I wrote, I sung, and I produced the song. I should have gotten 12% for each of those categories. That would be 36, right? They didn't want to do it. They just want to give me 12%. And I said no. So they didn't like that. So Panama is small. So they just called the other 3 labels and said, hey, this guy's coming to you. Don't give him a deal. He's a jerk.
Oh, wow.
So I never got a deal.
Blackballed you.
Yeah, I never got a deal. So every one of those labels I went to, they wouldn't do business with me. And this is what the guy was doing from Sonomundo. So while my song was playing, because they're auditioning my song, right? While my song was playing, he had a recording device under his desk. So he's recording my song. So he was getting ready to tell me no, but then take my song and release it. Right?
Oh my goodness!
Yeah.
So you saw that?
I saw that. I said, hey, what's going on there? And he's acting like he didn't understand me, speaking in Spanish. Going, no entiendo. No entiendo. You better turn that off right now. No entiendo. So that's what happened.
No entiendo, no dinero.
Wow.
So that's what happened. So, they kicked me out and say, I'm not going to do business with this guy. He's a troublemaker. So I say, hey.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So I've been through a lot. So that's why with your knowledge and stuff and mine, we put that together.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
We could
So what would you, for advice for those that are in the music business, what would you, just an artist starting out, and what would you suggest?
As an artist starting out, one of the first things I'd say is make sure when you write all your songs, you get them copyrighted immediately, ASAP. And don't do that old school copywriting stuff where you put it in an envelope, seal it, and mail it to yourself. That doesn't work. Doesn't work.
The poor man's copyright.
Yeah, the poor man's copyright. Don't do that. Make sure that when you copyright it, you can copyright with the Performing Arts Society. That's one place you can copyright with. Or there's an organization here I think it's called Copyrights Association or something like that. Copyright your material. That's the first thing you do before you go to a producer and try to pitch your song. Because a lot of them have recording devices that you don't know about, and they're listening to you, and they say, oh, go ahead, let me hear you. And while you're singing, getting all excited, they're recording you. And next
now
thing
they
you know,
can do that with your phone, right?
Yeah.
Upload it to YouTube
Exactly.
and voila.
And the next thing you know, you hear your song out there, and you know it's your voice, but it has somebody else's name on it.
Wow.
So make sure you do that. The next thing you want to do is make sure you get the publishing right. So as soon as you copyright the song, then you want to make sure that you publish it. So get it recorded registered with a publishing company. Then you can approach these labels.
Okay.
That's what I would recommend. See, I didn't do those things. So I'm telling you from experience, I didn't do any of those things, and I got burnt big time. Wow. I did a song in Jamaica, and I only got $200 for it.
Oh, whoa.
$200. $200. And the song was a hit. It was on the top 20 chart in England because it's a compilation. It's an all-star album. Mm-hmm. So we all sung on the same rhythm, right?
Okay.
So the producer, he produced the rhythm. So he had like 10 to 12 different artists singing on the same rhythm.
Okay.
That's what we did, right? And it was a hit. And I know my song was one of the hit songs because, when people play the album, they play mine with two others.
Okay.
So there are 3 songs that they play popularly.
Oh, okay.
Right. So all of those things happened. Those are experiences I had. So I'm trying to share with you.
Lessons learned. Yeah, and those lessons can be very costly in that industry.
So we got 4 minutes to go.
Wow.
Crystal.
Well,
time flies so quickly.
You two are just blew me away. This whole creative side to both of you. But that's fantastic. I mean, you got to live your passion, right?
Definitely,
you got to live in your passion.
Definitely.
I'm so happy to hear what you're doing. This is great.
Thank you. Thank you. So definitely, I hope to see everybody next Friday on the 30th at the Lexington.
Tell them how to get there.
129 3rd Street in Los Angeles. Mm-hmm. And there'll be tickets available at the door because online the tickets sold out. Mm-hmm. So I do have some free tickets. So if you need free tickets, give me a call, 909-532-6771.
I like what you said. If you need free tickets, everybody needs free tickets for that. If you need free tickets.
But you need to buy me a drink.
Well, there you go. Well, that has been absolutely wonderful. We got about a few minutes. So I want to, tomorrow morning, there's a Salute to Black Women Business Conference Expo and Awards Luncheon. They are honoring 5 amazing women, one of them being Jackie B, my co-partner at Recycling Black Dollars, and Alicia White Madison, who is the founder of the Bella Network, which is the organization that I belong to, and Edna Sims, and Vivian Bowers, who has a legacy business. Her and her family have owned cleaners for like 30, 40 years, so she's being honored. And Ozzy Gonzalez, I think it's Gonzalez. And so they're all receiving honors tomorrow, and it is at the BBA, the Black Business Association, and the tickets are $65, and the location is at the LA Hotel downtown at 333 South Figueroa Street. So if you're interested, reach out to the BBALA.org and get your tickets, and we will see you there tomorrow.
Excellent. And I pretty much, the only thing I have coming up on Tuesday, I have the workshop. It's a capability statement workshop with the National Latina Business Women Association. It's a business management academy. It's going to be downtown at La Plaza de la Cultura y Artes, and that will be downtown right across from what's the name of that place? Alvera Street, right across from Alvera Street. So we're going to have that on Tuesday, and on Thursday we have the mastermind class. Crystal and I have the mastermind class at the Urban League, the LA Urban League, and this week's class we're going to cover cash flow management. And cash flow?
I guess I'm teaching.
Yeah.
Okay. I guess I'm teaching on Saturday.
And Crystal will be covering. Is it cash flow? No, it's not cash flow. It's business infrastructure. I'm sorry. It's business infrastructure. We'll talk about best practice, how to develop your corporation, how to develop your business, and all that. But the following week will be cash flow management, and Crystal will be teaching that. So it's every Thursday from 4 to 6 at the LA Urban League downtown.
All righty. Not downtown, around the corner.
Right around the corner.
In Leimert.
So with that being said, we really want to thank our special guest, Miss Annette Limon.
Thank you, Annette. It's been a pleasure, and it's great
Always a pleasure.
learning this side of you and getting to know this side of you. I'm very impressed, and I'm looking forward to hearing what you two
I can't wait to collaborate with her.
Yeah,
she got all this pull. This leverage.
Yeah. Get him back in the studio.
I know.
He needs a creative outlet.
I do.
He works way too much.
I do.
So I think we need to get him back. So if you're the catalyst to get him back in, that's cool.
I'm looking forward to it.
And we want to wish everyone, again, all the women, a historical March. Happy Women's Business History Month.
Yep.
And next month is April. And that month is
Small Business Month.
Actually, it's National Black Business Month next month.
Okay.
So we're going to bring some great guests. I'm looking to. I reached out to Kern Price today.
Good.
And I think I'm going to try to reach out to Jan Perry.
Excellent.
And some other individuals.
That's beautiful.
And then some other businesses that are in the community, and highlight them. And it's all about recycling our black dollars.
That's what I'm talking about.
And using our dollars within our community, and so our voices will be heard.
Excellent.
So we want to thank you guys once again for tuning into the Business Zone, and we look forward to you coming back next week.
That's right.
So we'll see you next Friday.
On behalf of my co-host,
Crystal
and Gilbert Buchanan, you're on the Business Zone, and tune in next Friday from 3 to 5. We're out.
See you next week.
As a small biz pro, I saw we roll, using procurement, program, and control. As a small biz pro, I saw we grow, using procurement, program, and control. I'm a businessman, yes, I'm an entrepreneur. Oh yeah, I'm a businessman, yes, I'm an entrepreneur. Oh yeah, I'm a businessman, yes, I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a businessman, yes, I'm an entrepreneur. Oh yeah. Crystal Mitchell, do you have my business plan? Just review the pages of my marketing plan. Crystal Mitchell, do you have my business plan? Just review the